This is my first retreat I've been to. I didn't know what to expect. And I found a lot of kindness, a lot of love, a lot of caring, a lot of understanding. I've experienced suffering that few will ever experience. I've seen suffering, sadness, very few will ever see and experience. Along with that, I've seen kindness, compassion, love, and support towards myself from all parts of the world that few will ever see or feel. And I've also felt the anger and the hatred that few will ever feel or have to deal with. My question is, what could we have done or different, or what could have happened different to prevent this? None of it's anything I ever wished for or wanted. The suffering or the compassion or the happiness or the love that came from that was unwarranted. I lost my son, my one and only son, Jesse, December 14th in Sandy Hook Elementary School. And I struggle with that every day. And I've had some pretty bad days and pretty bad times in my life. And there's no way to describe that. The suffering, the heart will break. And keep thinking in my mind, well, what could have prevented what happened that day? It wasn't an act of war, it wasn't an accident, it wasn't an illness. It was something that happened for no reason, a horrendous act of violence and the loss of lives. And I guess I'd like to, there's probably no answer, but my question is, what could have prevented what happened that day, and what could help prevent that in the future, and what changes could we all make to help try to prevent things of that and suffering like that to people and humans in the future.
Dutai, our friend, lost a son at Sandy Hook School.
Newtown.
Yes, in Newtown, Connecticut. And he's experienced very deep suffering and also experienced a lot of love and support in this retreat. And our friend is asking what could have prevented what happened at Sandy Hook School.
I think if we do not do something, and then that will happen again somewhere else in America and in other places. There will be young men or women that will be bringing guns to the school and shoot. We have to see now there are potential young people like that. So your son is telling you that the person who did the killing was a victim. He did not know how to handle the suffering, the anger, the violence in him. His teacher, his father, his mother has not instructed him how to handle the energy of violence and anger in him. Sometimes he may be kind sweet, but sometimes else is pushed by the energy of violence and anger and despair to do these kind of things. And when we look into a young person, we may see all these possibilities of being loving or of being violent. So your son is telling you and us that we should do something in order to prevent that to happen again. We should practice. We should know the way to handle the violence and the anger in us. And we should transmit that practice to the younger generation. And the purpose of retreats like this is exactly to do that. How to learn to be happy, how to learn how to be happy, learn how to handle suffering, violence, fear, anger in us. And that is why many of our monks and nuns and lay teachers are working with school teachers and parents in order to transmit that kind of skill, that kind of practice. And after having mastered that, they can transmit that to their children, their students in school. And please support us. And I think your son is telling you to support us in this kind of work. We have helped thousands of teachers, school teachers in India, in other countries as well, and also in America. Governor Brown of California, he allowed us to experiment that kind of transmission in 2 private schools in California, and we have many people who are ready to support us in that. You don't have to be a Buddhist in order to learn and to practice this. To learn how to handle fear, violence, despair in yourself, how to say things that can restore communication and reconcile. You don't need to embrace a religion in order to practice this. So we suffer the same kind of suffering that you have experienced. If the situation happens like that, we have to suffer. But there is a way to suffer. If we have some mindfulness and concentration and some insight, we will suffer, but we will suffer less. The period of suffering might be shortened. And after that, we can develop our understanding and compassion. And we can transform our suffering into something more positive and help other people, especially the younger generation.